Okay, this read is gonna be so fucking random. I just felt the need to get on because I needed to really quickly transmute my energy. So let's get it. Hope y'all doing cool and all that. I almost forgot my freaking download. But right when I was beginning, I received from the Most High to tell y'all this story right here about how I started doing tarot. I started doing tarot in 2017, pretty much, but even a couple years before that, it seems like at some point in my life, like right when I left college, when I dropped out sophomore year, I really don't know why, y'all, but well, I do know why, but I'm letting you guys know how I felt when it was happening. But what's up, chat? What's up? What's good? What's good? Hey, what up, gang? Yeah, so this is how I was feeling when it was happening. Because I'm like, okay, why is all this spiritual shit happening to me? Like, you know, people were just looking at me and it's like assuming things about me. They always have, but these things started to intrigue me a little bit because these are more spiritually based things. So people would bring me cards and be like, can you read my cards? And I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, what am I supposed? Why do I gotta do it? Like, why can't you do it? If you can't do it yourself, why you not doing it? Type shit. So, you know, long story short, people just kept bringing me cards, telling me to read their cards, and I'm like, why? I don't understand. I don't know how to read a card. What the fuck is you talking about, right? So when I learned how to do it, I started reading only for myself, electronically only. So keep in mind, never had my own cards when I first started. People would give me their cards and tell me to read their cards for them. Okay. And I was doing it electronically via like apps and shit, just because I was like, you know, whatever. I was on some other shit, manifesting and things like that. And then, you know, people started physically giving me cards. I was gifted my first my first deck, and then I bought I bought a deck for myself. Y'all just know I started like right before COVID, but like with physical cards. But even before that, 2016 and up, you know, people were bringing me their cards all the time. So I don't know why I had to tell that story, but I'm telling it, okay? I don't know, whatever. Let's get into this. I know if y'all are like me, I don't care how on point y'all are with y'all spirituality. I know y'all feeling this retrograde. I know y'all feeling it. I know you are. I almost just got locked out of my fucking house, okay? And that never, okay? You see my face? You see how serious I am? That never happens to me. I don't get locked out. Okay? I don't. But anyway, let's see what y'all got going on. I just pulled some shit out. We just freestyling this. All right. So we have playing the long game. Okay. You're overthinking. North. I'm assuming this message is for Virgo. Fake woke. Multicolor. You know what's funny? I don't know if y'all saw on social media this one funny video. It's like a reel or a TikTok where this guy is like singing, but he has like a really thick accent. It sounded like Australian or something. But either way, he was singing. He's like, black, white, green, or blue. I know you're not true. I'm gonna just fucking tag it because I don't know why it's popping up. Because it's multicolored. He says at the end, if you're multicolored. But it's funny as fuck. It's funny. And I just want y'all to see it and share my joy with me. Because that's just how funny it is. All right. So what's playing the long game for the person watching this that's going to resonate? For the Virgo watching this, it's going to resonate. What's the long game? Playing the long game. So playing the long game, if you don't know what that means that somebody has a long-term plan. That means somebody's doing something where their actions may not necessarily entail like off the bat that they're like planning long-term plans, but they are. It's kind of like when you get the Knight of Pentacles in the tarot. So basically somebody who's planning is a planner, slow planning. So for that, we got the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like I'm talking directly to a Virgo, actually. So this has to be you. I feel like whatever you're doing in your day-to-day life, it's like people see you and they don't understand that every single tiny thing that you do is thought about. Is calculated, and not in a way where you're a calculated person or manipulative person per se in a negative connotation. I was just using this phrase with someone yesterday, the phrase negative connotation, positive connotation. Because the thing about language is that we'll say words and we'll say phrases and they may mean something, okay, but people change the meaning by using it for something specifically. So if I say somebody's daydreaming, like, oh, you're always daydreaming, If ever I say that and I'm saying it as a bad thing, like, damn, you're always daydreaming, it's going to start sounding like a negative thing, like somebody wastes their mind, they waste their time. But daydreaming is actually a very powerful tool. Okay, everybody can't daydream. Everybody can't allow themselves to enter a trance-like state and use their imagination. Do you know that some people don't even have an imagination? If you tell them to picture a shiny apple, picture crunching into it and how the juices feel and how it smells, they can't picture that. I don't know why. I'm not one of those people, and I didn't even know that was a thing up until like maybe a couple of years ago. But I'm saying that to say everything, has as much meaning and power as you're willing to give to it. And that goes along with everyday spelling and speaking. So I'm saying that to say somebody's playing the long game. I'm talking to a Virgo who people don't understand about you, that you are, everything that you do has a meaning. Okay. Even if, I'm just, I've talked about this before with my earth sign people, but earth sign people are aligned to the earth. What planet do we live on? The earth. We naturally have an advantage because we are naturally aligned to the earth. So I think people don't always get that when earth signs are moving, they're moving in relation to nature most of the time, whether conscious or unconsciously, which is a big blessing. But I'm just really picking up on someone who's playing the long game here. This is somebody who is already perceived as somebody who's having, okay? You're not viewed as a without. You're a person who is with. You are having, okay? So no matter what you're doing or where you're at in life, people are viewing you as this Queen of Pentacles. You have things. You have enough to share. You have enough to take care of others. Okay, no matter what you're at, where you're doing, you are solid enough to take care of yourself and then some. So I'm talking to a Virgo who is very intentional, very comfortable in their life right now. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but that was just really like important for me to get into right now. Okay, so let's see what this overthinking is, because that is feeling like that's where most of the message is. See all this shit popping out, like all these like no. What's good, gang? Who's here? I know Kinai is here. Gang. Okay, what's your overthinking? Okay, thank you. Perfect. All right. So clearly, Nine of Wands in reverse is somebody's tired of standing up for themselves. I feel like I'm talking to a person, and it makes sense for Virgo people. I feel like with your passionate energy, with your fire element within yourself, you use it to constantly fight for yourself. You use it to constantly make sure that you're counted for, that you're getting your fair share, you're getting your just due, you're getting what belongs to you, you're taking care of yourself. It's like, in that song Kissing You by Beyonce that she redid, that is not her song. It is a song by a lady named Thse, who is from Europe, okay? Beyonce redid the song. She never gave the lady credit, okay? So in that song, Beyonce says, and it's funny because I'm saying all that, but the part that I'm about to speak on is Beyonce's lyric, and she says, when she's at the end, when she's like, my doctor, provider, my counselor, my everything. She's basically telling her man, like, you're everything to me. My doctor, my counselor, my provider, my preacher, my father, my everything. You know what I'm saying? Which is a little steep. I feel like you should give most of that energy to the Most High. But that's just me. I feel like if your partner's on that level, that's fine. But, like, as long as y'all stay aligned and you just not, like, making yourself a martyr for another person. But we gonna get off B. I'm gonna let her live. Anyways, I used to be a fan, y'all. But anyways, I feel like that's what I'm getting, though. Somebody who's, like, they are their everything to themselves. So even though I was talking about a partner being that for someone else, we're talking about you to you, Virgo. We're talking about who you are to you. And it's funny because in my own personal life, I've been talking about this quite a lot, how I am my everything to myself. I have a doctor. I have a PCP. I have this. I have that. A financial institution. But at the end of the day, I am the person who should be over my funds mostly. Should be the one. You should not rely on a bank. You should not rely on anything. You are your first everything. Okay, you and the Most High. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I don't know who's here, but what's good? What's going? I said, what's going? God, I'm tired. Okay, my brain is tired. Okay, but anyways, you guys are tired of standing up for yourself. You're tired of being all these things. I feel like you're in a place where you're feeling like you need to delegate some tasks or take it easy, because I think even at this point, you're realizing that you're overthinking. It's almost like you're tired of your own shit. And what's crazy is with that came the Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm really seeing is that you guys are planning for your legacy. That's why the first card was playing the long game. You guys are planning. It's like everything you do right now, is going to matter for the long term. And I think that's why you guys are overthinking a little bit, because you don't want to make any more mistakes. I know where y'all at. We've been in this together. We've been doing this together for a long time. You guys have been fucking around for a long time. We've been doing the work, but sometimes the work leads us down rabbit holes and little intermissions where we're just kind of fucking around in life and lollygagging and doing shit. That's kind of a waste of time if we're being honest. And, you know, take it from me as a person who's like a professional fuck up, you know, when I'm just kind of in a self, you know, a self-victimization kind of place. I'm not saying that Virgos are there. I'm not getting that you guys are in that space by a long shot. What I'm saying is you guys have spent so much time in that space in years of your life that you are probably just where I'm at, where you're over your own shit, okay? You don't have no more time to bring any more unnecessary problems onto yourself. And you're tired because you've been working so hard to keep everything copacetic. And look what's at the bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. The lack mindset. Why is the lack mindset here? What do you guys, I feel like if you're overthinking about what your like physical, your physical, your shit. It's like you're trying to be accountable for all of your tangible goods, all of your tangible things. We got the Nine of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. I feel like you want to take action toward things that you are very intuitively aware of, but I feel like you know that it's not the time to do so. I'm talking to somebody who may be in a place in their life where you feel intuitively perhaps that you're not supposed to be the one making this decisions and choices. I feel like you recognize that you're in a space in your life where you need to fall back and let others around you do what they are going to do. Homies, hey Emily, hey, happy Thanksgiving. I'm so happy you're here. What time is it in Australia right now? I was literally just talking about Australia. But yeah, I'm talking to somebody who's definitely letting other people take over for a time. I feel like Virgo is like, okay, I work, everything that I do is fucking, you know, valuable to everyone around me. So I'm gonna sit back and let other people be valuable. And it's crazy because I thought I was holding the deck upside down. I'm not, y'all. Y'all see this. All these cards are coming out in the reverse. Nine of Cups, King of Wands. Ooh, damn. Somebody feels like, and I can relate, if I don't feel emotionally secure, somebody is not feeling sexy and flirtations and horny around me. King of Wands in reverse. I feel like if you are around somebody right now in your life, Virgo, family, friends, whoever, lovers in your life, you are in a space where if you don't feel emotionally secure, Nine of Cups in reverse, I feel like you know how to take care of yourself in that space, I guess. I feel like you're aware of your confidence, like your confidence levels change when you don't feel emotionally secure and you're very much maybe aware of yourself. What's this King of Wands in reverse? So I don't want to assume. That's too much, G. Damn. Child, all these cards coming out in reverse is tripping me out, but these last two just came out in upright. Okay, this is kind of feel like it's telling me a specific story. So let me just lock in real quick. King of Wands in reverse. Fucking lots of Wands cards in reverse. So I feel like there's definitely something very passionate and intense going on, but it's not like going. You know how when conflict happens, it's nice. It's not that it's nice. It's just that if it's going, it's like, okay, it's going. At least I know what the fuck is going on. So it's running their mouth. So-and-so running their mouth. I know what's going on. It's conflict. I'm seeing that there's conflict and tension here, but it's unclear. Somebody not talking, people not acting. It's almost seeming like people are just tiptoeing on thin ice around one another, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Everybody's needs aren't met in this equation. I don't know who you're with or who you're around, masculine. It doesn't matter, masculine, feminine. It's all here. It's a lot of cups. It's a lot of fire. So what I'm getting is just intensity. There's no air for real. There's one air card. I feel like everything else is just charged up energy, emotion in the fire and water realm. And clearly there's physical like shit here. So what I'm getting is that everybody's around you needs aren't getting met. Your needs aren't getting met. But from your perspective, you're feeling a little selfish maybe right now, Virgo, where you're like, okay, when my needs aren't met, nobody else is fucking helping me. Okay, so I'm gonna chill out and I'm gonna worry about my own needs and wait till a solution comes up. But I feel like you're not worrying about other people's needs or some shit. Eight of Wands in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse is about not moving forward swiftly. Five of Wands in reverse is conflict resolution or not feeding into conflict. So I feel like although things are not moving forward, you're also not letting them go out of, like, you get what, like, things aren't moving forward, but things ain't blowing the fuck up either. So it's almost like I'm just getting a real tiptoeing through the tulips as energy, okay? Two of Pentacles. I feel like everybody's juggling their feelings, and I'm picking up on a lot of compromise. This is actually kind of nice because I feel like there's a lot of consideration going on. It almost feels like everyone in this equation wants to help each other, but they don't know how. They just know what they need type shit. And I feel like once somebody takes the time to kind of take care of what they need and take the first step for themselves, there's going to be a lot more solutions and kind of actions coming through with this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is usually a phallic symbol, I'm not going to lie, meaning something sensual, but that's not what I'm getting right now. I'm more so picking up that everybody kind of has to stand up for themselves, take care of themselves, and speak up about what they need, and then everything is going to kind of come together from there. So I'm going to put all of this back and then get into these other cards, and then we're going to close the read because I feel like I'm not sure what was supposed to be portrayed or conveyed by my mood or my little stories or whatever. Okay, but I'm not really picking up on a solid storyline for you guys just yet. So let's see what's going on. What's with this North card? What's North? Okay, this flipped right over. Thank you. Okay, let's make this swift. Seven of Cups. So I feel like somebody's trying to stay in their North Node. Somebody's trying to stay in their highest vibration. Somebody's trying to stay moving upward, not going down, not going back. Okay, so I'm almost feeling like somebody is like in a space where, okay, whatever I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, whatever I'm experiencing, I'm just going to try to imagine a better outcome. And I can feel this when I'm out in the world these days, every day, every second, and I'm encountering any problem. I'm always thinking like I'm almost always ready to imagine a better solution. So I'll give you an example. Today when I left the house, I realized like, okay, I'm going to have some crystals with me when I'm running my errands. My crystals are going to help me keep my vibration high. Me keeping my vibration high means that I'm going to run into issues when I'm out in the world because that's natural. The world is chaotic. On top of that, it's Mercury retrograde, so there's more chaos in the air. So I basically kept in mind, right? I left the house. I didn't even know I left my house keys, y'all. I never do that. Never. I literally have a ritual where before I leave the house, I reach in my bag. I don't care if I just put the key in the bag. I don't care if I just put the key in the bag before I step out the door. I do not close and lock my door until I put my literal fucking physical hand in my physical bag and feel my physical keys. I never just go, oh, I remember putting it in there. The mind plays tricks, especially these days. And we're going to talk about that later. But what I'm picking up is that when you guys are going about your day, about your life, it's almost like you are aware that your thoughts naturally go to super negative. You know what I'm saying? We go through so much BS. We go through so much on our own where we're doing so much to survive and keeping up with things on our own. And, I feel like you guys are in a space where you're trying to practice thinking better thoughts, better outcomes. So, for example, when I was just locked out of my house, I was thinking, my first thought was like, damn, if I am locked out of my house, I'm used to not having anyone to call on for help. Okay? And the first thing, but after all those thoughts, it's funny because I've been practicing having positive thoughts so much. Those aren't the negative thoughts didn't even fill my mind first. Positive thoughts did. My positive thoughts were basically I'll tell y'all what my thoughts were. When I realized I didn't have my keys and I was locked out, I was very, very, I won't even say angry first. I was scared. I was terrified because I have been homeless before. I have been without a house before. I've been without access to a comfortable, safe place to sleep. Okay? So I went completely into survival mode when I realized I didn't have my keys in my bag because I'm also just a solo person out in the world, so I don't have people just right at the top of my head that I know I can call when I need help. My neighbor was there. I was trying to be like, yo, if I need you, I might lean on you, but she was looking for her damn phone. Her phone was lost. So she wasn't really in a I'm gonna help you kind of mood or if you need anything, hit me up kind of mood. She was preoccupied with her own shit. So I was panicking a little bit, but my first real thoughts were more so like, what lesson did I just learn? So it was one of the moments where it's like, what is the universe doing for me? Not to me. I did not victimize myself. So I will pat myself on the back for that. I did not victimize myself. My first thought was, bitch, what can you do better next time? Okay? Because you're the adult. At the end of the day, you are responsible for you and nobody else. So what are you gonna do? I didn't think anything negative. I just didn't think of anything. I think I imagined myself getting in somehow. I imagined myself sitting on my neighbor's couch as I figured it out. I imagined my leasing office coming quickly to my aid when I put in a work order on the website, which is what you're supposed to do because you have an emergency option. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of myself. I reprogrammed myself because, baby, if this was 2 years ago, I would have been freaking the fuck out. Like, for real, I would have been tweaking. Okay? So, I feel like that's where somebody is. Somebody is like looking at a situation and going, damn, I think I'm better off than I once was when things would pop off. So what's fake woke and multicolor? Those are the last two cards. Okay, so that's what we're about to look at. We got the Judgment in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Two major arcana cards. Thank you, Emily. I saw your comment. Thank you, love. Judgment, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. So I feel like you're being tested in a sense. Not in a bad way. Sometimes we hear tested and look at that as like a very negative thing, but it's not. That's what I think this Judgment and Wheel of Fortune in reverse is. I feel like there's a lot of things meant to go wrong and meant to go sour for a lot of people at this time, because what Mercury retrograde is essentially is supposed to basically prime us to always be ready to redo some shit or update some shit. We should really look forward to it, because we'll get the chance. Okay, if any of my electronic shit is out of whack, Mercury retrograde will let me know what needs updating. If my cards need updating, if my keys need updating, if my contracts need new updating. So I feel like some of you guys are having a lot of issues, and you might be running into things that need a fresh look of judgment and a fresh eye and a fresh mind on it. It's like before you can move forward with your fortunes and with this fresh new things that we're getting for this wonderful holiday season, new year approaching, whatever time you're on, is somebody's tracking a time anywhere. Okay, there's multiple time frames happening at once. My multi-dimensional people know what I'm talking about. For some it's Gregorian, for some it's this, for some is that. My brain is too scattered for me to think of all the words that tantalize the mind right now, but my point is being made. You guys are seeing exactly where you're at right now. If you got serious things you're trying to do in your life and serious changes that you need to make or that you're wanting to make, I'm picking up on that. That's where I am as well. I feel like you're seeing how real woke you can be with this fake woke card in multicolor. It's like, how will you really operate when things are looking bad? How will you really operate when you're triggered, when you're scared, when you're afraid? How will you really, how will your aura really, come off at that time? That's just kind of what I'm picking up here. So what do they need to know, Holy Spirit? Like, thank you. That came out pretty quickly. I feel like somebody here knows that there's no need for them to be like guarded and defensive. I feel like your first instinct when things go wrong is to get on like a major defense. Because you're a Virgo. Like, let's be for real. A lot of things about your life are serious and practical, but the other side of that is the complete opposite. It's this release and this surrender and this energy of just living life and enjoying it, because you know that you need to be a certain level of happy and fulfilled for you to even do the level of service work that you want to do. Let's be for real, Virgo. So I feel like this is saying like you needed to lighten up a bit. What are you really doing what you're doing for? You know what I'm saying? Because if it was selfish or if it was rooted in something more dark, heavy, and selfish, in nature, I feel like it would be revealed when there's challenges coming up right now. But how you handle your challenges is showing you what you need to know at this time and about yourself. With this Sun card and this Queen of Swords coming up in reverse, I feel like you'd rather stay light instead of allowing yourself to go dark, for allowing yourself to get sharp, for allowing yourself to stay mean and stay cutting. Just because something challenging is going on doesn't mean that you have to turn into a fucking ogre. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you have to turn into this vicious person. there is the ability to stay lighthearted and stay happy, even though there's a huge ass red flag waving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody here is learning how to be adaptable in any situation, and that's like a real skill. People might not look at that as a skill, but that's a huge skill. And it's crazy because they were talking about this actually, because this is a skill that I'm learning that is very important for me personally at this time, because I actually am very unattracted to people who go through things. And it just like, I used to be one of these people, so you know, hey, whatever, I ain't judging people for letting a situation take them under. But when you really think about it, it's like, what is worrying really fucking gonna do for me? And this is very important for a Virgo to hear right now. So I hope you guys are taking this in. But it's like, okay, I may not know all the answers. I may not know how to fix this or how to do this right now, but I know what needs to be done. So until I can do it and count myself in and make sure I get my just due, and you know, bring what I need to the table so that things can be balanced out, so everybody can help each other with this Lovers card. It's like I'm talking to somebody who's literally, this is a confirmation that you have reached a point where even in the face of disappointment, uncertainty, challenge, issues, the unknown, just in general, I'm talking to somebody who's not allowing themselves to be overcome by worry. That's huge. That's huge for a Virgo. So huge. Because we literally are the worrying signs. We literally we could get paid to worry and we'd make a whole lot of money, you know? So anything else for them before we close this up? Because that was so shocking that that's the message that came out, but it actually made sense, because I just told you I just was locked out of my house, but I found a way to get in. And it's funny because I heard this message earlier and it said, how teachable are you? And the first thing that popped in my mind was, I'm very teachable and I'm proud of myself, because, you know, I wasn't always that way, because I've always been the intellectual and surrounded by fucking dunces, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it's funny because I also heard another thing saying earlier, like, it was just confirmations and things about learning, people learning from me and me learning from others, and confirmations about what I'm growing and what I'm feeling about that. But I think it's interesting because right when I told my neighbor, like, oh, I'm locked out, like, you know, what do you think I should do? Should I just call the leasing office? Should I make a emergency report online? She was like, you can't get in the window. That was literally the first thing she said. And in my head, I'm just like, it's not that I was like, girl, that's not gonna work, but I'm just like, okay, first of all, I don't need everybody to see me breaking in my damn window. And then second of all, I just didn't think that I could get through the window outside, because the way my windows are is just like, they old as fuck. So it's like you gotta hold the unlock and pull it up at the same time. So there's no real way to even leave it unlocked so that you can come through it if ever you're locked out. So it's not that I didn't regard what she was saying, because I definitely put that in my mental, but I was also just like, damn, I'm not sure if that's likely. I just feel like I needed to be more receptive to simple solutions that were coming to me very easily. Why? Because I've been manifesting that. I've been asked God months ago to make things easy for me. Like, when things are coming in, send me an easy solution, send me an easy sign to let me know what just, you know, I'm on some more smarter, not harder type shit. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Soon as I got here, boom, try your window. And guess how I got in? The goddamn window. Didn't take long. Window didn't break. Nothing's broken. Everything's okay. No keys are lost. So I'm just saying, like, somebody's getting a lot of emotional fulfillment at this time, realizing that all you have to do is slow down and breathe, slow down, think, slow down, listen. Keyword, listen. Okay? You're not in this alone with this Three of Wands in reverse. I feel like, Virgo, you're so used to only handling things by yourself. I feel like you've called in a community. You've called in assistance. Even if it's not something locked in and rooted with you every single day, all the time, it's like remnants. It's almost like the universe is like sending you a solution via whoever's on your team. If they're not physically with you, whatever, it's like you're still getting it. It's just gonna come however it's gonna come. So you just gotta be open to you know, it's like you can't be rigid. You gotta stay light. You gotta stay receptive. Okay, even if you're a man, you have to keep your receptivity on point. Be action oriented. Fucking do. Use your mind. Be a problem solver, but still be receptive. If you're learning how to do something and a woman happens to be the one telling you how to do it, you should listen. Because when you hear from a man, he's saying the same thing, or you just hearing it from somebody you look up to, it kind of says more about your character, who you're willing to receive a message from. You're almost telling the universe, only give me a message from somebody who looks how I want them to look. Only give me a message from somebody who's a man, because I only respect men. Only give me a message from somebody who does something that I inspire to do. Because if they do something I don't like, I'm not gonna listen to them. If it's not a man and it's like, be receptive to the blessings, be receptive to the information, because it's gonna come in all kind of forms. And if you're really a decent human being, like we're all trying to work to be, you're gonna have to be receptive like that. 10 of wands, sorry, temperance in reverse. I feel like the universe is trying to help you put the wands down. Okay, the universe is trying to start bringing in evidence of your soul tribe, whether you're in it or not. You're getting the feeling of it. Okay, somebody around is going to be there for you. Something. I don't give a fuck if it's a complete stranger. There's always going to be a solution right there for you, because I'm talking to people who've called that in, who've set it up that way. Okay, so this is a confirmation. Yes, the load is being taken off your shoulders, off your back. You got to trust that. Okay, temperance in reverse. I feel like things have been unbalanced for so damn long. You need to be not fake woke, but real woke to the fact that this shit is real. Manifestation is real. What you're seeing is real. If you're used to having to be the one coming up with 5 solutions, the person around you, your mom, who usually had the answers, might not be the one this time. It might be your annoying ass big brother. It might be your irky ass neighbor. Hey, Sway, what's good? What's good? So it's just like, don't be fake woke. Because at the end of the day, we're not doing all this damn work just to sit there and be like, well, I did this and I did that and I know this and I know that. And just thinking that we just know everything. Because I promise y'all, from the rest of this year on to next year, what I'm receiving intuitively is that, and it feels kind of like a little weighted, not in a bad way, but it almost feels like it's just uncomfortable. I feel like a lot of people are going to be challenged to go outside of their comfort zones, but almost like accepting things that are beautiful. If your whole life and this whole past few years have felt like a struggle for you, like you've been doing the work and you've been carrying all these loads, I almost feel like this next year is about to be some type of weird ass switch. Like everybody who struggled is going to have it a little easier. A lot easier. Everybody who had it easy is probably going to be having a lot more struggles because they're going to be challenged. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw what the light just did? That was kind of weird. And it's about polarity at the end of the day. So it's literally just about balancing the scales. It's about mods. It's about temperance. It's about polarity. It's about people being challenged. That's literally, so I'm just picking up like you're being questioned, Virgo. Are you really as woke as you think you are? Are you really as kind? Are you really as patient? Are you really as healed as you've been working to be? Okay, let's get y'all one of these or whatever. I was going to pull something from the sensual tarot deck, from like sacral tarot deck, but I feel like we don't need that right now. I feel like y'all don't need to hear nothing like that right now. We're going to pull something from the Affirm Actions deck to help y'all make good decisions right now. And then we're going to move on to Scorpio. So I already know it's popping with that. Child, I'm so glad I hopped on here to transmute the energy, because I'm over here like, child, I need to be content creating every day, child. I told them I'll be here for them twice a week. So just know when I'm not here, it's not because I'm being lazy or just not wanting to do YouTube. It's because I'm working. If I'm not doing my YouTube, doing this with you guys twice a week, it's because I'm quite literally occupied with work or something just probably more important to my survival, because I'm not getting paid to do this on YouTube just yet. I'm close. Not yet. Thank you to everybody who's been on Patreon, because I am getting paid from Patreon, and I'm so happy to be over there and growing over there. So, you all are welcome to come if you are not already. Shout out to you guys who are. I love you guys and so grateful for you to know this. Okay. It says, I am fiercely confident in myself and unconditionally respectful of myself. Wow. And then the little tip says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made and placed on the earth for a unique purpose. You are an original an original masterpiece. So, what I'm really picking up from this little card is obviously very much so green, anahata, heart, space, heart chakra energy. So I feel like it's just really an energy of being confident, calm, and respectful in any situation. Um, being unwavering in any situation, being calm in any situation is a very important skill for a Virgo person to cultivate. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Wherever you fall on that spectrum, I wish you the best with that. Because me personally, I'm so proud of myself. I come from a huge family with lots of women who do nothing but worry and have anxiety. So the fact that I've taken my shit from through the roof all the way down here, the most you will get out of me is a little bit of a rant, a maniacal chuckle, but nothing like I used to be. Okay? I used to be so much different. Fear and anxiety would literally drive me up a fucking wall of like. So that's what I have for y'all. Love you guys. I will see y'all next time. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving and all that to the indigenous people all over the world. May you get what you deserve.